And welcome back. This is Baller Scoople with more Radical Dreamers. When we last left off, we were in the Viper Manor. We need to head to the study, according to the magic mirror, and find a very particular book there. So we're going to keep walking past Riddell's room, continuing on through the passage. Eventually we come to a branch. We see an upward staircase on the left, as well as a stone archway directly ahead. We're going to take the stairs. I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, paths extend in three directions. To the left lies a dark corridor, and the right path leads out to the terrace. This path also continues on ahead. We're going to proceed ahead towards the study. We've gone this path before. We head down the path. After a while, it ends at a stained wooden door. This is the study, I think. What do you mean you think? We've gone in before. Let's go in again. And we've made it back to the study. Okay, time to find that key, Kid says as she steps into the center of the room, surrounded by row after row of books. Where did that crazy mirror say we could find it? Hey, Serge, pay attention when I'm talking to you. What? I thought you remembered which one it was. So which is it? So we have a lot of options here. We're going to go through all of these in turn, but because it actually does decrease my points if I get it wrong, I'm going to drop a save and then we'll reload it. Hold on, save has been dropped. The one that we actually want is the purple book in back, but that is not the one we are going to pick. We're going to go through all the wrong ones. Like I said, there's actual information in each of the books. Wasn't it the one in the front shelf with the blue cover? The front shelf, eh? The blue one? The blue one. Here it is. This one. Kid pulls the book from the shelf. I watch closely as she opens it up. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she starts to read the mysterious symbols. Then she begins to read a passage in a low, steady voice. In the week before their departure to Arrakis, when all the final scurrying about had reached a nearly unbearable frenzy, an old crone came to visit the mother of the boy, Paul. It was a warm night at Castle Caladan, and the ancient pile of stone that had served the Atreides family as home for 26 generations bore that cooled sweat feeling it acquired before a change in the weather. Kid's voice trembles as her speaking becomes softer and softer. Looking over, I see she's sunk into silence with dim eyes. Suddenly she notices me looking at her. Turning away, she quickly closes the book. That ain't the right book, Serge. Which one is it? So which is it? Well, it's not the red book either, but at least there's some information in these. It's the book with the red cover in front, isn't it? Kid heads to the shelf. The red one, the red one. Got it. Kid pulls a book from the lower shelf. She opens it as we watch closely. Leafing through it, a passage catches her eye, which she begins to read in a low, steady voice. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Fly back to school, little starling. Yuck! What the hell is this? Kid yells, slapping me. Yeah, that slap actually does do damage to you. Obviously, that is a reference to Silence of the Lambs. That feels sick. Yuck. Sheesh, Serge. Shouldn't let a lady read such things. Now, which book is it? This is why we are saving and picking the wrong ones, because it actually hurts not only your relationship points, but your actual HP to pick the wrong ones here. We're going to go with the purple book in front. The book with the purple cover in front, isn't it? Kid heads to the shelf in front. The purple one. Here it is. This one. Kid pulls a book from one of the shelves in the middle. I watch closely as she opens it up. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she reads page after page of strange, convoluted symbols. The Neo-Epoch was damaged and expelled into space without any phase changes. Warning, warning. Engine severely damaged. Output has been reduced to 30%. Only 6 anti-particle shells remain. Shield range 16 sectors. L-spin reaction at the starboard bow. The enemy fleet is moving towards us. Kiado, wake up. Hayu Corpse, use your final power. What is this? Reminds me of what, kid? Nothing. Quit yanking my chain, Serge. Which book is it? Sheesh. Oh no, the Neo-Epoch sounds a little familiar. Let's head back to the green book here. Green book in the front. That book over there, the green one, maybe that's it. The green one. This one right here? Okay. From the bottom of the shelves, Kid pulls out an old decaying book. She coughs a little as she opens it, trying to avoid all the dust released. After looking through it for a while, she begins to read a page in a low, steady voice. Far out in the uncharted backwaters of the unfashionable end of the western spiral arm of the galaxy lies a small, unregarded yellow sun. Orbiting this at a distance of roughly 92 million miles is an utterly insignificant little blue-green planet whose ape-descended lifeforms are so amazingly primitive that they still think digital watchers are a pretty neat idea. That is the opening lines of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. One of my favorite opening lines, actually. Serge, you dummy, this ain't the right book. So which is it? It's a brilliant opening line, really. All right, this one in particular is one you want to avoid if you did not drop a save. The blue book in back. This is a good one. Oh, technically the green one. I love it. All right, it could be that blue book on that shelf over there. Well, could it be the right one, or is it the right one? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the blue one. Yeah. Kid heads over to the shelves, already fuming. The blue one, the blue one. Got it. Kid pulls it off the shelf. I watch intently as she opens the dusty cover. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she reads page after page of strange convoluted symbols. It was only then that I realized that in this incredible game of life, the bonus is contained within love and adventure, cordially enthralling myself into the temptations of the flesh, despite a momentary rush of suspiciousness. Finally, I moved my fingers downward, ever more downward, until, gulping down my many feelings of apprehension and vulnerability into this pleasureful ocean, Kid's face turns red. What is this rubbish? What in blazes are you having me read now? Abruptly, she rises to her feet. Ugh. Stars explode before my eyes. Yeah, she hit them pretty hard this time. Enough of this. Where's the real book? Barely able to stand, I frantically try to reassemble my thoughts. So which is it? So that one's actually closer to the right one than a lot of the other ones. You know, like I said, it's purple one in the back, blue in back. That's a reasonable bad guess, but that's the worst bad guess that you can get in this little mini puzzle, I guess you could say. We'll go for the red book this time. Maybe it's that red book over there in back. Yeah, that sounds like it. Back shelf, the red one, the red one. Here we go. Pid pulls a book from the shelf. I watch closely as she opens it up. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she starts to read the mysterious symbols. Then she begins to read a passage in a low, steady voice. Sun Tzu said, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. The art of war, then, is governed by 5 constant factors to be taken into account in one's deliberations when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. These are..." Actually, that is The Art of War, straight from The Art of War. It makes me think that some of the other stuff is straight out of some books, but I don't recognize them. I'll let you know if I recognize them, but I didn't recognize the porno one. What the heck is this? Some sort of witchcraft? Quit having me read all these stupid books, Serge. Which one has the key? What, The Art of War is witchcraft? Are you serious? Okay, whatever. We will go with the green one in the back. See if I recognize this one. Pretty sure it's that green book over there in the back. Kid heads over to the shelves. The green one, the green one. Here, got it. Kid pulls a book from the back shelf. I watch closely as she slowly opens it. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she reads page after page of strange convoluted symbols. I refuse to be a victim. When this becomes your mantra, constantly running through your head, you will shift towards me-centered living. Only by taking full responsibility for your problems and their solutions will you break free from the constant cycle of victimhood. Remember, you are only a victim if you choose to be. Okay, this is some kind of self-help book, but I don't recognize it. Part of me says that they're only going for famous books here, so I want to say like Dianetics, but I have no idea. Ah! What is this drivel? I can't stand any more of this. Kid puts the book back. Come on, Serge. Where did you say it was? Yeah, I have honestly no idea. It's some self-help book, but I don't recognize it. All right, then we'll go with the white book in back. Let's try that big white book down there in back. The back shelf. The white one. Here we go. Kid pulls a book from the shelf. I watch closely as she opens it up. Her eyes become narrow as a cat's as she starts to read the mysterious symbols. Then she begins to read a passage in a low, steady voice. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed. The desert was the apotheosis of all deserts, huge, standing to the sky for what might have been parsecs in all directions. White, blinding, waterless, without feature, save for the faint, cloudy haze of the mountains which sketched themselves on the horizon, and the devil grass which brought sweet dreams, nightmares, death. I haven't read it, but my guess would be that this is Dune. That's just a random guess, though, just when it talks about deserts like that. Kid continues to read, getting lost within the book. Yeah, it seems like that would be something that the game designers would like. Hey, kid, shouldn't we be looking for the key? Hold on, mate. Starting to get good. Does the spice need to flow? But kid. All right, already. Sheesh. Which book did you say it was? All right, so let's reload the save, and we will pick the one that we are actually supposed to pick. Like I've said a couple times, the purple book in back. I'm pretty sure it's that purple book over there, I think. Which one? Oh, I see it. Kid pulls out a purple book towards the bottom of the shelves. I watch closely as she opens it. Flipping through the pages, suddenly an old brass key falls out of the book, hitting the ground with a clank. All right, the key. Throwing the book aside, Kid bends down and grabs the key. Her eyes light up as she stares at it in her hands. We race out of the study, eager to see what awaits us in the vault. Majel follows behind a moment later after returning the book to the shelf. I'm glad somebody's trying to be neat and tidy. Helps when we're trying to steal things. Suddenly, a blood-curdling screech cuts through the darkness. Scared stiff at the deafening sound, I look up to see two gigantic, maddening red eyeballs staring straight at me. It's a griffin! Before I can even unsheath my knife, it starts to flap its wings viciously, conjuring a tremendous gust of wind. I'm knocked clear off my feet, banging my head up against a wall. Serge, you okay? My body aches from head to toe. I struggle to ignore the pain as I hastily get back up. I bend down to grab my knife. As I stand back up with it in my hand, I suddenly realize the griffin has already cornered me off. It stands no less than a few feet in front of me, its enraged red eyes glowing like ember. What am I going to do now? Ram it! I start sprinting towards the griffin, hoping to bash it with all my weight. It snaps at me as I come in close, wanting nothing less than my head in its beak. It catches on the air, however, trying to break free of that ferocious, visceral gaze. I remember the knife I'm holding, grip it tight. Attack! Quickly switching my knife to a backhand grip, I swing at the griffin's neck with all my rage. The griffin writhes in pain as blood starts trickling down its neck. All right, a weak spot. Twitching in pain, the griffin tries to get up. Kid steps over to it with my knife in hand, ready to finish the job. Serge, move! Oh, sorry. Serge, move. Majel's thundering voice booms from behind. Not knowing what to expect, I immediately hit the deck. Suddenly from above, a blazing streak of red shoots through the air straight into the heart of the griffin. Its body bursts into flames. It rises up on its hind legs, screeching in pain. Engulfed in fire, the griffin crashes onto the floor with a huge thud. And we've defeated it. Phew. You okay, mate? Yeah, I'm not bad. Got some bruises here and there, but nothing too serious. You? Ah, are you kidding? I kicked that thing's arse so bad it didn't even have time to say its prayers. Yeah, we did pretty good back there, didn't we? Not bad, Serge. Not bad at all, Kid says, catching my eye. A few moments pass and she's still staring at me, smiling. Oh man, what do I do? Should I say something? I look away after a nervous moment, but full of glee. I can never handle this kind of thing. Those baby blues of hers get me every time. Hey, hang on a second. Oh, that's me. Hey, hang on a second. What's that thing? I ask, pointing to a small pouch over in the corner. I bend down and pick it up. Opening it, our eyes widen as I take out a small gem. Oi, look at that! Kid exclaims, her eyes wide as melons. G'day, Serge! Wow. Kid saying something nice about me is sure nice for a change. Seeing her smile brings twice as big of a grin to my face. We leave the study, retracing our steps through the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. There's a descending staircase in front of us, in addition to passageways on the right and left. The one on the left will take us back towards the terrace. Let's head back towards the terrace. We're headed for the treasure room. After continuing on through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath of the fresh evening air, hoping to calm my senses. We're just going to keep on going. We make our way down the dimly lit passageway. After a few moments, we come to an old dusty door on the right. This is the clock tower storeroom, if I remember correctly. Let's see if I can go in and get another heal. I would like that. I've gotten hurt after all. Is the old lady still here? The room is quiet except for the sounds of the gears. There's no sign of the hood lady anywhere. Hello? Ma'am? Well, if you're not here, say so, you old hag. How would she say she's not here? The silence is deafening. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. We should investigate elsewhere, says Majel, turning on his heel. We follow him out. All right, fair enough. From here, the passageway stretches to the right and left. The right path continues on into the mansion, while heading to the left will take us to the terrace. It was worth a shot. We'll head to the right.